Welcome back. The country is in the grip of the COVID-19 pandemic, and this is the second wave, which is believed to be a far more deadlier one than what we saw even when we were at the peak in the first wave of the pandemic last year. Now, there are several complications that have started occurring in patients who are on their road to recovery after their 14 to 17-day period, 17-day isolation period. Several people have also unfortunately suffered cardiac arrest. Now, another new complication seems to be the cause of concern amongst experts as far as COVID-19 patients are concerned, and that is a condition called mucormycosis, which is also known as the black fungus, an infection which we are seeing in several patients now in Gujarat and Maharashtra especially. What are the causes of concern, or why does this happen, and how can we fight it? To discuss that, we have a panel of experts with us on this broadcast. Dr. Vikas Maurya is with us. He's a director and HOD of Pulmonology, Fortis Hospital, Shalimar Bagh in Delhi. Also with us on this broadcast is Dr. S. Chatterjee, who's a senior consultant of internal medicine, Apollo Hospital. Dr. Maurya, coming to you first, we did see this situation occurring, this condition occurring among COVID-19 patients in the first wave as well. It is especially seen in patients who have diabetes, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, we have to understand that mucormycosis, the group of fungi, like predominantly, mucorrhizopus, which, affects the patients who are immunocompromised, like, those who are diabetic, or those who are transplant patients, neutropenic patients, cancer patients, HIV/AIDS patients, or those patients who are on steroids, which is leading to immunocompromised state. And as what is happening is because of usage of steroids, and obviously you have to use them because when it involves the lungs and you have no other option but you're using steroids along with other antivirals and other supportive therapy for COVID. So these patients sometimes sometimes they may acquire this mucormycosis infection, and that's why it's becoming the cause of concern. But having said that, I would like to say that it's not the only fungus infection which is seen. This is the most commonly seen are Candida and Aspergillus in the case type of patients. So yes, because this is most deadly form of the fungus, and that's why it's more the concerning at the moment. So if you're using steroids without any supervision, or even in the milder cases also, and without taking utmost precautions and taking long-term steroids and on our own, and not showing any signs of symptoms to the doctors, and you may land up having this form of disease.
Right, now, Dr. Chatterjee, what are the early signs that patients should be looking at to avoid a severe infection like this one, where we've seen several people unfortunately have succumbed to it as well?
See, quite a few of these patients were present with eye redness, facial pain, headache, vomiting. So these are the symptoms which are commonly that happen with mucormycosis. And what I was trying to say is that we have to be very careful when we are using steroids in all the patients of COVID. It has to be rationalized. It has to be used in the right dose at the right time, and not really overdose people. Because what we are seeing is steroids are being used very frequently and for a very long time in this country, which may not be indicated most of the time. So we have to be very careful that we use steroids at the right time, right doses, so that we can prevent these complications. Because once we give steroids, and anyway, COVID causes a sort of an immunocompromised state, plus people who have diabetes or who have underlying comorbidities, and in whom we are giving steroids for a long time, this is a complication that that can happen. So we need to be careful. Any patient who has an eye, nose block, eye pain, redness in the eye, headache, should report to the treating doctor definitely at the earliest.
Right, now, Dr. Maurya, we've seen that these cases, at least in the last few days, have come to the fore only from two states specifically, which is Gujarat and Maharashtra. In fact, Maharashtra has at least 200 cases of this particular infection. Gujarat has about 100. Is there any reason that we are seeing this in that particular region as well? Has this anything to do with the geographical variation of it as well?
No, I don't think that there is any issue with the geographical variation. It's a issue with the diagnosis. The problem is that you have to be aware of the fact that this problem exists, and you have to go for the diagnosis. If the patient presenting with apart from when it involves the the sinuses, your brain or eye, these symptoms, like, as said by Dr. Chatterjee, the facial swelling, the black fungus in the nose, the swelling of the nose, and the eye swelling, and then decrease in the vision. You can have other, form of mucormycosis as well. For example, when it involves the GI tract, for example, the intestine, you can have GI bleeding, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain. If it involves your skin, you can have skin complaints. And you can even have a disseminated form. You can even have the lung involvement, and you can have fever, cough, chest pain, breathing difficulty, and you can have blood in the sputum. So you have to be aware that this problem exists. And obviously, when you have such things, the diagnostic modality, most of the case is histopathology. So you have to do the biopsy of a particular area. So it's not that these are seen in those areas in Delhi as well. And even the GI form of mucormycosis has been seen, in our, the Delhi state as well. And obviously, at the moment, because the huge wave is going on, so people are reporting. But yes, it's not that there is nothing concerned like, geographical variation. It's more about, how you diagnose and you start treating them early. So that's very important.
Right now, Dr. Chatterjee, we've seen that at least in the last couple of weeks, the cases that have come to the fore, as far as this infection is concerned and the severity of it is concerned, in a lot of cases there was blindness that also was suffered by the patients. There we are given to understand that either there was a loss of eyesight or a removal of nose or a jawbone. Is this infection something that only affects your face, or could it be any part of your body?
It could affect, as Dr. Maurya said, it could be a disseminated infection also. But most commonly what is happening is because COVID is a nasal infection and there's an area of involvement, we are seeing a lot of patients. I don't see that Delhi is seeing a lot of patients. We have seen a few patients in between. Not that this time we have seen a lot of them, but there are obviously reports from the other two states that you are saying. But basically, the eye and the nose, and it can even go intracranially. It can also disseminate. It can be an invasive mucormycosis. And when it's an invasive mucormycosis, actually it actually destroys that part of the body. It destroys the organ. And that is why that's the time when you need to debride or inoculate the eye or remove that portion of the body, because otherwise the fungus is very difficult to control. We have to also use antifungus along with it, but it might quite a few times need debridement and removal of the part of the body which has been infected by this fungus.
Right, Dr. Maurya and Dr. Chatterjee, thank you so much for speaking with us here on Times Now. So viewers, if you are a COVID-19 recovery patient or if you are a caregiver for one, do look out for the early signs. The cases of this infection unfortunately are increasing, but it can be treated if spotted within time. So do keep an eye out. For the moment, we're shifting focus.